some charge happening. Sorry if anyone's waiting. I'm just getting set up here, putting things and devices on charge, and I'm using my Labyrinth Through Time here today. So I'm just going to wait to see if anybody pops along, but while I'm waiting, I'll go through and show you briefly what is Labyrinth Through Time. Labyrinth Through Time, it's a divination system that's based upon 6 different types of reading. So you've got a mixture of, come here, card readings, you've got mini cards, you've got a mat, and your mat here is a wonderful foldable, stretchable jersey. It is about 32 centimetres, which is 13 inches roughly. It is also a double-sided mat, so if you're wanting quick general readings, that's the side you'd use for quickie general readings, and this side you can use as well for quickie general readings. This side's a lot more involved if you are doing bigger readings because you are using charm casting, and in there it looks like heaps and heaps of charms in there, but that's actually only 100 charms, and that's both my add-on kit as well as the starter kit, which is in the Etsy store and on the website. The website is cheaper prices than the Etsy store, and you get all of this that all comes in this lovely little gold tin. So it's nice and compact, and it's actually a screw lid tin in case you throw it in your bag so you don't lose all the bits and bobs out of it. You also get a 12-sided dice, and you get an amethyst pendulum. So the kit itself comes mat, cards, dice, pendulum, and your charms though are optional extras because there is so much involved here. And like I said, it's a one-stop shop kit that has everything all in one kit. So, and the divination systems that it covers is card reading, dice reading, numerology, charm casting, mediumship, and what's my other? Can't even think, I'm drawing a blank now. So, pendulum use. So you've got all of these all in one kit, and it's a great travel kit. And when I actually travel, although I travelled last year overseas, this is what I took in my case because I didn't need then to pack in which card deck am I taking and which charm kit am I taking. I just threw the whole lot in one. So I'll go through and show you roughly how we use this site because I can't see anybody in the chat. So if you are there, say hello. So I'll go through and show you what we would do with this size. So let's say I'll use hypothetical. No, actually, I'm going to use a real person. So, because I've lost some loved ones. I've lost my dear old mum, my dad, my brother. I've lost a few. So I'm going to first look at the mat and find out who is the spirit that is around me out of those top 3. So I've got brother, father, and mother. So the first thing you do is use your pendulum, and you would find out, is it male or female? Then you'd look at, is it if it's a male, you'd then ask, is it older male or younger male? If it's a female, then you would ask, is it older female, younger female? And you are asking a series of questions. Now, that's the beautiful amethyst pendulum that comes with it, but you may have your own personal pendulums that you want to use. These also are on a necklace, so you can actually wear them. So, and a lot of people do. So, or you might want to take pendulum off, put it on a bracelet. But I'm using, this is my favourite pendulum. And this one actually, if you can see it, I'll try and hold it so you can see it in light. It's actually T pendulum. And this is a custom made one. And my brother Vernon, who lives in Tasmania, I make the resin with the tea, and he does the turning of the resin. He's a metal and wood turner as well, so he then turns the brass pieces and the brass rod goes right through it. And then I've beaded this with Swarovski crystals, and then I've just got my 20-sided dice on there. So I'm going to use my own favourite pendulum. So first thing I'm going to find out, because I've asked out of 3 people, so if there is female, I know it'll be my mum because it's not a young female. So I first hold my pendulum over. Hang on, let me see if I can get my hand out of the way. Now before I begin, my pendulums, each person will be very personal with your pendulums on your yeses and your nos. The best way to always tune a pendulum into you is literally hold it and ask it, what is my yes and what is my no? Now, my yeses, I'm completely back to front. I'm wired differently. So my yeses go anti-clockwise, my nos go clockwise. My inconclusives will either swing vertical or horizontal. So I'm asking first, is there female spirits here? Let's just wait and see. And I'm getting anti-clockwise, so that would be my dear old mum. Oh, she's strong too. So the first thing is, once you decipher who is your spirit, you then use the charms and you start in the middle on the key. And it tells us, look at the key as if you're opening a door. So, and that's what we want to see. Well, the anchor. So the first thing there where my late mother would be talking to me is about security, home base. Anchor in its negative, though, can be where your feet are stuck in the mud and you might think, well, how do I move forward? What do I do? Why am I just feeling ho-hum, basically? So the anchor here with the key would tell me, open up the areas that I am stuck in order to look at my foundation. So that's where we're going to start. Now the first thing is, and the reason I called this labyrinth, a lot of labyrinths you'd start on the outside and work in, but this one I'm starting on the inner circle and working out. And we've got 3 layers of circle. We've got the clock circle, we've got the symbol circle, and we've got the alphabet circle. And when we are looking at these, I actually cast 3 times. I cast inner circle and then the outer circles. So let me just grab my speaker properly. Right, okie doke. So let me go there. Right. So first casting. Hello, Pia. Lovely to see you. So I'm just explaining first how this is used. So if you've joined in, you'll be able to see the replay. I've actually gone through and doing spirit reading, and the spirit that's come through on this is actually my late mother. So the first casting here, we got scissors on the lady. Now the lady is myself. So scissors there would tell me, okay, there's something I need to deal with. And a lot of people with scissors automatically think cut, cut, cut. But scissors in its old symbology literally mean heal from emotional pain. So literally think of scissors and you are hurting emotionally. So they would tell me I need to heal from some sort of pain. The hourglass here is literally timing, and hourglass is a lot of sometimes procrastination, and it's where we're trying to blend earth world reality into one, and it's strangled in the middle. So there again would tell me timing is going to be everything, but it's almost like stop the procrastination and the juggling and trying to blend things that are just not going to mix. It's between the number 11 and number 12. And timing in these, 11 would tell me 11 weeks up to 11 months, 12 would be 12 weeks up to 12 months. So it tells me I do have some time to quit the procrastinating in order to get the blend right. The dinosaur literally means I've got a lot of knowledge. I've got a lot of information that I can actually pass on to those who are younger than me. But it's literally wisdom, knowledge, and old experience. It is between 3 and 4. So it tells me again, get these things mapped out between 3 months to 4 months. I've then got the dragon here on the symbol circle. So we've got bat and book. Dragon literally means face your fears. Dragon is the mythical creature, and it's almost like don't be afraid of something that's not there. And bat here would tell me again, use my skill set and the other inner sight that I have rather than relying on just visual sight, because bat's blind. And it's like draw upon the inner sight to face the fears. And it's interesting, it's also between the book. And the book there would also indicate to me in teachings, learnings, knowledge. So it's interesting, the experience, the intelligence, the knowledge I've got here, and again with the dinosaur, is passing on my knowledge, which is what I'm doing here today. I won't go, because I've got a couple of people in here. I've only got Pierre. Sorry if I've pronounced that wrong. I'm terrible at ballsing up names. So I'm then going to do another casting. So you just have a mix. And one of the things when charm casting, don't go and grab a handful like that. It's not. It's charm casting is pretty much is less is more. So I've done a charm casting a little on that side, and then I'm just throwing a few that side. So we've got the moon on the sun. Beautiful. You've got a mixture of shadow and light. So I just need a cup of tea. I talk too much, so I get very dehydrated. The moon is a beautiful light source, but so is sun. Moon is the shadows, sun is the light. There would tell me it's a mixture of, again, moodiness, how I'm feeling. Moon is also the phases of the moon. It was a full moon, 2:56 a.m. here this morning. And the sun is about my positivity. Now, both being light sources, one at night, one at day, would tell me express my emotions in the most positive way that I can in order to seek my core foundation, which is the grounding. We've got letter and plane. Now, before I even go on the letter J, letter is information, communication. Plane is faraway destinations. So there would tell me again, give my information freely to faraway destinations. Well, you couldn't get any further a destination than YouTube and Facebook, can you? Where it spreads worldwide. We have it sitting on the letter J. Now, letters are actually have energy, but it can be who is there that somebody that's name began with the letter J, or is it a place or a thing that I've got to concentrate? Like J could be a building name of a public place that I'm going to. But I know who the J is here because my mum's name was Joan. So interesting where, again, sharing information in faraway places is coming from my mother. The M here, M again can be a person's name. So Mary, Michael, doesn't matter. It's got the boot. So the boot there means somebody who may push me forward, because boot is like lift your game. It's probably the bluntest way to put it is lift your game and step up or step forward in a positive way. But like I said, letters all have energies. Every letter of the alphabet, 26 letters, have an energy to them. A letter J here is what we call strength and tower and independence and autonomous, being able to lead. The letter M here, that there would tell me about creativity, learning to express myself, verbalise what I want to put out there. It's a nice letter too that often means the child, new beginnings. We have the lantern up here on the letter R. Now, lantern is about, again, a light source, but lantern means safe journey, safe passages. Letter R, somebody's name, person, place, or thing. The energy of a letter R there is about my humanitarian side of me, the compassion and so on. So the lantern would tell me there, spread the light of compassion, empathy, and embrace all. So it's lovely. we have here the fire, it's the flame. Flames are often about passion, what it is that's truly driving me. And flame is like ignite the fire, allow it to burn. And sometimes, yes, it can be anger, but it would only be anger if it's got a lot of other negative symbols around it. Say it had the sword or a cannon or tornado, something like that. But there I see it is express the passion. On the letter X, difficult letter to have names of people, but there is names like Xavier and so on. But the energy of the letter X is about truth and honesty and love and what's the other things? Acceptance, having the visions to look forward. So passion there with truth and honesty and visionary. My wolf is, some people think it's a fox, but wolf, I call it wolf. Wolf again is tenacious leader, very protective, very family orientated. So it's on the letter Y, again, a name, person, place or thing. So wolf would tell me again, stand tall in my power, be heard, protect those that are closest to me. And that could be our own children, but it can be protect our feathered children as well, in that area. But it sometimes can be literally protect the enclave around you, which can be just the group of friends or relatives that you have close by. So that's reading the 3 circles of, hang on, I've got my tent up here, sorry, I forgot. Tent is a cover, and tent is a temporary cover. So literally think of it like a blanket sitting over you, where it's like, yeah, it's all right to just stay here for a short period of time, and it's think tank time. I often say, think of it as an invisibility cloak. It's like, yeah, I'll stay here while I think things through, contemplation. It's sitting on the letter F. Again, person, place or thing beginning with the letter F. Its energy of the letter F, again, is about acceptance, home, family, feeling responsibilities and so on. And the F could be literally family. So when you've gone through your 3 layers, when you go through this, in this kit, you've got symbol cards. Now, symbol cards are all the same symbols that's actually printed on the mat. And then we also have, I put in a bunch of question cards of things. Do this, don't do this. Then I've got a 3, a 6, a 12. We've got pros and cons, hopes and fears, further advice on what is hidden. So it's up to you. If you want to pick a particular subject there to say and use one of or a couple of your word cards, then let's do it. So I'm actually start on one of the hard ones, which is the scissor on the lady. And like I said, the scissors is what is it that I may need to eliminate in order to heal. So I'm going to draw cards on do this and don't do this. Now, you've got the option when you do use your cards, and this is where I love this system because we are layering. It's like, think of a cream cake where you've got your base or Black Forest Gâteau, my favourite, which is lovely, rich, moist chocolate cake and berries and, cherries, cream, yum. So think of it like a cake where you go on base, cherries, cream, base cherries, cream. And we are literally adding layers. So I'm going to use on these a couple of cards. So I'm going to just do a little shuffle. Okay, so I'm going to have do this. What am I doing this? Castle. Castle is actually the sign of a business. So, which, yes, that's what I do. I'm a tea leaf reader and I still see private clients here as well as read on Zoom and so on. And I design and create these things. So do this with the castle would tell me, okay, she's telling me there's something I may need to eliminate in order to find grounding for the business. So can you see how I'm joining the storyline? So is everybody getting what I'm meaning? So please let me know if in the comments if you're following with me, because any of these systems and the way I've designed it and the way tea leaf reading goes, whether it's cards, charms, mats, cups and what have you, it's literally the storyline. So we started with the storyline here with the anchor in the key, and the key tells me what I need to open up. And again, if you're coming in, Joyce, lovely to see you, done. We started this, I used my pendulum, we deciphered the spirit that's given me a message today is my late mum. And it started in healing from emotional things, what I need to eliminate in order to find my grounding much better and to release any blockages that I may be stuck in. So my do this here is around business. So what else do I have to do with the business? So you can see how I can layer one upon the other upon the other. So I'm now just going to put, say, 2 charms there. We've got seahorse and I've got the passport. That's interesting. Passport usually means, again, travel, faraway places. Oh, I'd love to travel again right now because we're going into winter here and it's cold in Melbourne. So it tells me, though, something to do with travel. And again, passport means overseas destinations. And then I've got the seahorse. Seahorse is literally float freely, but seahorse carries all the babies. So it tells me there, time to offload some burdens. And some of the burdens may affect me in business when I'm looking at branching out further overseas. So the do this would tell me, offload burdens, but spread my wings further. So what is in don't do this? Cherries. That's an interesting card. Sorry, I'll try and get in frame. Hang on, I'll just move my boot. I'll sit it over there. Cherries literally means 2. And when I look at don't do this, cherries very rarely come in singular. They usually come in 2s. So the don't do this here would tell me probably don't try and do this alone. Always look at different choices, different decisions. And cherries, even if that was a carrot, I must say, even if that was a carrot or potato, fruit and vegetables in tea symbology mean great abundance. So cherries would tell me, look at the great abundance, but also don't overdo things. So, and that could be where I'm really, really shopping for giving extra time, giving more than what people have paid for and that, but then that's just me. I love to share, and it's like share knowledge, share whatever, and it's the same when people buy my goodies. I call them happy packs, and I put in happy packs, and happy packs can be all sorts of little bits and bobs. So there would tell me probably don't overdo the abundance in there, which I am shopping for. But other side of it would tell me don't split myself in 2. So it's almost like don't spread myself too thin. So I'm again going to put a couple of charms. I've got the scales and I've got the crown. Crown is again where people think they're in superior places. And when it's in a don't do this, the crown there would tell me literally don't put tickets on myself or think I'm better than anybody else, which is for no way. And the scales, again, would tell me don't procrastinate, because scales are about balance, and it just literally means open field. So again, in the don't do this would tell me don't think that everything is superior when we've always got all this learning to gain. So this is just the snapshot on bringing in spiritual readings using the combination of charms, cards, pendulums, then dice. Everyone says, what's the dice for, Karen? It's a 12-sided dice. And the reason it's 12-sided is it represents up to 12 months. So when I'm looking at these in timings, again, I could ask a charm or a particular spot on, well, where's the timing go in that? Like the 10th here, for instance, is, like I said, the invisibility cloak, where I may need some downtime. And I might look at that and say, well, when would be the opportune time for me to look at downtime? So we've got 5. So 5 is a number of change in numerology as well. And it sometimes can mean literally ants in your pants where you're chopping and changing too much. But in timing, the 5 would tell me in 5 weeks there is something very pivotal happening. So I need to note in my calendar from today's date and count 5 weeks forward and just mark down a day. And even if you put, I don't know, rainbow, pot of gold or something to say, listen intently what is going on around you in that 5-week mark. Then in 12 months' time, it will tell me on the 5th month from today as well, look at what is pivotal on that day. And it means that is good timing for me. So 5 weeks, I need a mini break. And in 5 months, I need a mini break as well. So that's how you use your timing. You can also still use your pendulums. Like I said, these kits come with the amethyst pendulums, which is a necklace. My own personal pendulum I use is my T pendulum. And I can again ask questions like yes or no. Should I do this? Should I do that? In things like that. So where will I go? I'll go to my dinosaur, because dinosaur, like I said, is about wisdom and knowledge and gain. It's learning lessons from the past too. So if I look at that and say, okay, is there further knowledge within me I need to look at sharing? I will hold my pendulum. Hopefully you can see it on screen. My yeses go anti-clockwise. My yeses go anti-clockwise. My no's go clockwise. So is there more knowledge I should be sharing? And it's given me a yes. There is so much in my headspace, and it's trying to get out what's in my headspace out verbally or in physical products and so on, because my brain thinks very, how can I say, analytical, and it's like I have all this mapping going on. So there would tell me share some of the mapping that's in my head out to others. So that's how we would use this mat. So I'll pack that away and let's have a look at some of you guys. So I do this and don't do this. That there. And this is the beauty of now, because there's only a couple of you there. Everyone's away today. So let me just put that there. Now, Pierre, if pursuing a design and textile studies in Finland is my next career move. So it's very yes and no, but we can then have a look. Well, I'll start the pendulums in yes and no, but then we can look about what will you gain. So let me just have a cup of tea. Okay, so like I said, my yeses go anti-clockwise. So, right, stop. You stop there. It's funny when you tell it stop, they do stop. So, is this going to be a good thing? Oh, it's already swinging into yeses. So, over the key, and the reason I'm doing over the key, because it tells me a new pathway for you. So, I'm then looking at, well, okay, what are we gaining? Ooh, frog. Frog there, so write down the time as well for you so you know where your reading is. So jot down time. I'm not sure what country you're in, but here in Australia it's 12:26 p.m. The frog on the key tells me, take the leap of faith. This is actually a good move for you, because frog means you will never jump from one surface to the fire as such. And there would tell me you will land softly. Take the jump. Literally tells me take the jump. So that's actually very good. Hang on, let me go in there. Beautiful place to go in Finland. So we've got the gun on the number 12. Now everyone sees the gun and it literally is, oh shit, somebody's got me in their line of sight and so on. Guns, any weaponry means, yes, it's probably going to be difficult for you. But the gun is you hold the power. And always remember that. You are the one holding the power. The dragonfly, and I love dragonflies, they're actually often about spirits that are around you. And so the 3 here would tell me in three weeks, something very pivotal. as in 3 months. So I would look at that and say, make your decisions under 3 months. We have the lady dress here on the telephone. So it just tells me important communication or a conversation with a female. The seahorse, again, would tell me, though, you do need to probably offload some of the burdens that you carry. And when I say burdens, it can be even thoughts and belief systems. Sometimes it's people where you might think, nah, I'm sick of that person's opinions and you're not serving me any longer, and you may need to distance yourself. And that's perfectly okay. Your flame is on teacups and also on number 8. And so the flames here would tell me, let that fire burn. Have the passion in what you are doing. The 8 is a beautiful number of abundance, business and power. So you're going to do this, you are gaining a huge amount. It's structure as well. On the teacups would tell me again, important conversations and free speech around your passion. I'd say do it. It's actually really, really good for you to do. So I won't go any further as I'll be here in a month of Sundays, but I'd say this is a very good option for you. So let me have a look. Let me just pop that in here. Sorry, I've got a friend texting me at the same time. Let me just let them know that I'm on live wherever I had it. Oh, haven't got a phone there. I'm using it, aren't I? So I won't stop it because otherwise it'll drop out. So, who have we got here? Hello, Magnolia. Hello, Kay. Joyce, any insight on your work now? I'm not sure where to keep going or not. Okay, let's have a look. So, let's have a look. Now, work, I'm actually going to come up here to the castle because castle is about your business. All right, so, and we want a yes and no here first. It's giving me a vertical uncertainty. All right, so that's probably where you are feeling indecisive. Right. What have we got? Lion on the key. Lion there would tell me, though, progress forward, because lion is you are the one in charge. Lions are, again, protect what is yours. And when I see it on the key there, lion is literally hear me roar. And in your business, I'd look at that and say, you probably need to push or market a little bit differently or a bit more. So let's have a look at what your inner circle is. So we've got the monkey. The monkey is often a symbol of joy and fun and laughter, which is nice, but it's like, think smart, think outside of the box. It's on the 10. And there again, the number 10 means what is it that you want most of all? Because the 1 is you as in power. The 0 is like the sun, the amplifier to the 10. It's also timing, tells me make some decisions within even as early as 10 weeks up to the next 10 months. But there would tell me think outside the box in order to gain. Monkey's a little bit, sounds really bad when I say self-serving, but it's almost like you have to feed self first before you can assist or feed others. You've got the peg on the anchor. The peg means bringing things together, and the anchor is your base, your foundation. So I'd say there's probably a little bit of juggling you need to do in order to have the alignment a little more in tune with what it is you set out to do. Arrow is, again, heading forward, directional. The 3 is using your creativity. It's a nice because it means looking at your long-term visions, thinking of great new ideas and having that creativity to express. And your arrow there is literally aim it in the right direction. Don't go off tangent to where your core structure is. So it's like stay on the same road. You've got your cane, and cane is on the bells and number 7. Cane is assistance support network, and it may be that you are just feeling a little bit flat or a little bit exhausted, because it can be, I can't do this anymore. And over the last few years, I totally get it. Your bell here, though, would tell me again, shout outs, marketing, spread the news. Think of the bells as in the old days. The bell crier would go down the streets and hear ye, hear you, and the news of the day of how many died of the plague or whatever. But bells in our modern day forms is things like social medias, shout outs, newsletters, even community boards and so on. It's on number 7. 7 is seventh heaven, which is nice. It's your spiritual number too, which I know you're in spiritual business. But again, your 7 would tell me do things. We start sorting ideas within the next 7 weeks up to 7 months. I'd still say don't give it away. I can see that you're tired, but it's almost like return to the base, the direction where you started, and continue forward. So I hope that helps a little bit. So, hello Fiona. Oh, you're in Frankston, not far from me. I'm only in Berwick. There you go. So you're in a nice beachside suburb. Nice and close to the water. We went down there a few weeks ago and just sat at the, it was near the yacht club there and the jetty. And that's where we went. We just sat and watched the sun. It was lovely. So is there anyone else who would like a question? Because we don't have many people here today. Most people have come through YouTube. And so if you've got a question, Miss Lady, are you in the US? Lovely to see you. You want to know what's next in your step or in your path. Okay, I'm just explaining this is Labyrinth Through Time. Labyrinth Through Time, we start in the centre because the key is what doors or pathways we need to open, and then we scatter. So I'm just doing very short versions. If you've come in late when the video's finished, wind it back and you'll see where I've gone through the whole start of this on where we look forward. So what have we got? Ooh, cross. Everyone thinks cross is a bad thing and they always relate it to Christianity. But cross literally means your soul's journey. So I often see the cross as spiritual, as in universal spiritual. So there would tell me you are in deep soul discovery, and that's actually really nice. So what else is going on around you? So we've got the mask here now and the snail. Your mask is between 11 and 12 and the lady. Mask there means time to peel back the layers. And when I see a mask there, I'd look at that and say, time to show yourself. It's almost like quit hiding or looking through the slits in the window. It means pull up the curtains and be seen. You've got it between 11 and 12, so it does tell me within the next 11, 12 weeks, start making some progress. And again, lowering the walls that are around you. And it may take you, though, up to 12 months to do so. But that's okay. You've even got your snail on here, which tells me do it slowly, little by little by little, to show yourself. You've got your dinosaur up here on the castle. Now, dinosaurs are knowledge and experience, old souls as well. It's interesting that they come with the cross. On the business or the castle can mean two things. Either you're looking at sharing experience and doing your own side gig, or you're looking at sharing in your experience and growth in your chosen career or job that you do. It's nice, either way. Your eagle here means don't miss an opportunity the moment it comes. Eagle literally seize the moment. It's in between 7 and 8. 7 up to 7 weeks, 8 weeks, 7 months, 8 months. But the eagle means quit circling, because it's almost like you're still going round and round and round, which is probably round and round here in your headspace, but you're not actually grabbing the opportunities that have been there. So it literally means don't let them fly by, grab the opportunities. Your plane here is travel, adventure and exploration. It's near the bells, which would tell me spread your information far and wide. Literally can mean you go on a holiday too. So, and that would still tell me a holiday destination, two things, because we come back to spirituality, which means holiday where you feel there is sacred ground that means something to your soul. And you've also got teacups, which means don't necessarily have to travel with a partner. They would tell me travel with a friend or even a group, because it means people of the same mindset, people who share the same experiences. I hope that helps a bit. You've got very deep soul learning and a deep soul journey that you are on. So I hope that helps. Let me have a look. well, there you go, Joyce. Yes. I'm just reading the comments. No, that's perfectly fine. Fiona, will I do well in my studies? Let me have a look. It's very yes and no, but I'll look at Fiona and then I'll come up to Magnolia. So that's all right. Can somebody put in the comment there that no more readings, because I'll have to finish up. I've got a whole heap of things to do. So Fiona, will you go well in your studies? My pendulums go yes for positives. Oh, you got a yes there anyway. That's good. You'll do well. You will do well. Yeah. I'm actually just casting there again. Acorn would tell me your studies will lead to great fortune, because acorn is plant the seed in your studies, it will grow to great fortune. It's good because it means very strong foundation. You've got the baby crab there, which tells me this is new, it's exciting, embrace it, you will feel more joy. The kangaroo there is where you are feeling and you need the nurturing, and that's a good sign. Elephant there would tell me this is your path, because it's a very karmic animal. Pipe there would tell me, though, good wealth of knowledge and experience from older or mature age people. And it's interesting because pipe is often masculine energy. You do fine. Don't stress. You'll do fine. Now, the last question. Oh, hello, Wilma. I didn't see you there. Is Magnolia spiritual house? My husband's facing a tough decision in his future involving court case. We don't usually look at legals, but I can hypothetically look at that. So, because usually legals and things like that, I see the people here in my own personal readings. To ask yes and no's with court decisions favourable, we can only just see what universe is saying, but honestly, I'm not a lawyer. So, we will have a look at it. So, like I said, my yeses are clockwise, my no's are anti-clockwise. And my verticals or horizontals, it tells me this is on the fence. So let's ask for further information. So, heartbeat. Heartbeat there would tell me literally the stress that you are under. And it's stressing not just your husband, probably you. But the key here would tell me learning not to stress, and more importantly, not to show your stress. Literally don't think they've rattled you, because unfortunately they'll think that they see you stressed or rattled, that you'll accept willy-nilly. So, right, where are we? We've got key here. Now, that's actually good. So I don't know if your court case involves money or not, because your key would tell me opening up an opportunity, and it's on the money, and it's also near the car. I would look, don't tell me anymore, but I would look at this here to say there may be an offer of some sort, because the car always progresses forward where you get to offload the passengers. And I know that sounds mean, but you've also got it near the money. So the key here would tell me, do you keep pushing for more, or do you look at a settlement? I'd look at those and say, seriously consider a settlement if there is money involved in this. You've got the tornado on the bat. Now, tornado is high stress, and when anything legal there would tell me very high stress. You've got the bat here, though, would tell me try and outsmart your opposition. Now, you've probably got a very good lawyer, and if you haven't, ask them a million questions, because they would tell me you have your input as much as you possibly can, because the bat there can mean there may be some sneaky things that the opposition may try and do, causing the unrest, the tornado. You've also got the measuring spoons, and you've got the cane. Cane is support system. Your husband really needs you, and as much as you might be in this heartbeat stress moment thinking, shit, I can't take any more of this. Sorry, we swear, I'm Australian. And it might be, I just can't do this anymore. You will be the one that's probably the tower of strength and support for him as well. He needs it. Your measuring spoons literally mean sharing. And it's like, take little bits of this and little bits of that from what you need. 5 there would tell me again, can be unpredictable, because 5 is change. So don't be afraid to change a decision or what you would settle on when it comes time for an offer. I hope that helps a little bit. So please do tell me more. Have they offered you something, or does your lawyer think there's an offer coming? Because they would tell me there's some sort of offer. Yeah, so oh, thank you, Miss Lady. I'll just wait to hear from Magnolia because, yeah, I'm wanting to know. I think you'll be okay. I don't see you there becoming homeless or anything like that. I actually think they will come forth with some sort of offer or a settlement, but it would be interesting to know. So, okay, so thank you, Magnolia, but I would love to know, have they already, or is your lawyer trying to negotiate an offer? Because they would tell me, seriously consider an offer, because it will offload all this baggage that is on your back and on both of you, because you're a married couple and you're one unit, and this is major affecting in lots of areas of your life. So please do tell. So you don't know yet, you're talking to another lawyer. Good, good. When I'm looking at these, when I see Cain as support network, I would actually look at it and say someone who's very supportive. Cain generally is somebody who's mature age, but it doesn't necessarily mean age in number. I would look at this to say you could even have someone very new as a lawyer, but their hunger in their blood is everything. And I would say go for one that feels passionate, strong, with hunger in their blood. If someone's there saying, oh, I don't know this or I don't know that, you need the pit bull. You need someone to literally latch on and not let go. So I hope that helps a little bit. But I just want to say thanks for everyone joining me. If you were late coming in, wind right back to the start, because I actually introduced how we use this, and I actually did a mini reading from my late mum in spirit, who passed away just over 3.5 years ago now, a dear old age of 94. So thanks for joining me, everyone. You can buy these tools in the website. The website is cheaper than Etsy, and that's tealeafreader.com, or look, just Google Tea with Karen. I'm all over the internet. You will find me. And remember, Karen is spelt with an I. So thanks, everyone. Bye.